Hi guys, welcome to Lisa Loves. I've closed my curtains. There was glare in the last two videos. There isn't glare in this video. It may be a bit dark, but hopefully you'll bear with me. So, as I said in the last video, if you haven't watched it, I'm trying to branch out and do things that are a little bit different. So I'm going to do a series of top 10, I was going to say DVDs, videos. I've just recorded top 10 male-fronted rock bands. I am now going to do my top 10 female-fronted bands. I won't say rock bands because they aren't all rock bands. So I'll try and get through this before my iPhone storage fills up, which is a pain in the arse. I don't use the iCloud. I don't want all my stuff on the internet. Says her with the YouTube account. Right, so I'll just get straight into this. Number 10 I have given to a band called Alicia's Attic. This isn't a rock band, this is just a band that I've always loved. The melodies, the lyrics, the way the vocals blend together, it's just really sweet. They have a song called The Incidentals, which is just a beautiful song, one of my favourite songs. So yeah, Alicia's Attic at number 10. Number 9 I have given to the band Nightwish. This is with the singer Tarja, and I've forgotten her surname, Lisa's forgotten something again, Kel Surprise. They did change singer at a later date. I did see Nightwish with the new singer, was a bit underwhelmed to be honest. Tarja Tarkin? She was known as being a bit of a prima donna, a bit of a diva, but the girl could sing. She had a set of pipes at her. So yeah, Nightwish. Number 8 I give to the band Evanescence. I saw Evanescence play in Sheffield in England, I don't know, 15 years ago, and I was a bit underwhelmed, to be fair. It was a bit flat. The album with, it's in front of me, what's it called? Fallen, this one. This had just come out when I saw them. Bring Me to Life's obviously on it, which I love. That one that was number 1 for ages, what's that called? Going Who knows? I love her voice and I love her look and I love the way the music's put together. She was a bit underwhelming live, but that could have been an off night. The stuff that they've recorded more recently is a bit too melancholy, a bit too slow for me. When they went down that era of Lithium, I think the song was called Lithium, and it was just, everything was like a really mangy ballad. It was just a bit much. So that's why they've come a bit further down the list for me. I will say, when I saw them, she was dating the singer from the band Seether, and he wrote the track called Broken, which was a duet between Amy Lee and Seether. And he was at that gig. I think they played support and they sung the duet together on stage, which was quite nice because they were dating at the time. Number 7 I give to Lita Ford. Anyone my sort of age into rock will know who that is. Absolutely love Lita Ford. She's just, her music's really fun. It's something you love to listen to when you're out in rock clubs. It's great to dance to. It's a bit cheesy nowadays, fair enough. It's sort of in the vein of bands like Vixen, but it's just a lot of fun. I love the cover of Only Women Bleed that she does on one of her albums. And she does a really nice ballad with Ozzy, Close My Eyes Forever. That's also really nice. But my favourites of hers are the more up-tempo songs. Shot of Poison is the one that everyone knows. But that sort of thing, I like that. Number 6. I've given to Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac have something for everyone, just like Queen. The voice is just, you know, Fleetwood Mac I will always, it's a bit bittersweet for me. Fleetwood Mac I will always associate with my husband's mother, who sadly passed away about 8 or 9 years ago now. And at her funeral they played some Fleetwood Mac. They played a selection of her favourite songs and they played Fleetwood Mac, and it will always sort of, it's that bittersweetness of that memory, and I just could not hold it together whatsoever. So it's tinged with a bit of sadness, and I haven't listened to Fleetwood Mac in a long time for that reason. But yeah, I couldn't not put them in the list. They're an awesome band. Number 5, and probably the only entry that's not a rock band in here, but I had to put them in because I love them, and it's the Carpenters. Obviously this is an all-female band, this is just female-fronted. I suppose you could argue that, no, but she sung the song, so she is the front woman. I love the Carpenters. What's the song? Superstar, I think it's called. It's just such a hauntingly beautiful song. Just so sad what happened to Karen Carpenter, and that stupid comment by a random journalist about her being chubby sent her in that downward spiral, and we all know what happened. But so talented, such a beautiful, soulful voice. I love Carpenter's music. I love her voice. They're just an awesome band. And I think Superstar is my favourite of theirs. I like Yesterday Once More. I can sing the songs before the titles come. Rainy Days and Mondays. Always Let Me Down. Is that it? Yeah, that one as well. Number 4 I have given to Within Temptation. Another awesome sort of gothic rock band. In a similar vein to Nightwish, but much better as far as I'm concerned. Sharon Den Adel, the singer, is just stunningly beautiful. Her wardrobe I would kill for. She's got such an awesome wardrobe with beautiful corseted big ball gowns and dresses, and I just love her. Absolutely. It's not a good example on here, but this is her. Oops, glare on there. She's just stunning. Within Temptation. I've seen them a couple of times and they've been brilliant every time I've seen them. Number 3 I have given to Halestorm. I saw Halestorm a couple of years back, and awesome. This girl has got balls, not literally. She's just really ballsy. She's not afraid to belt it out. She came out wearing a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. She doesn't like tart it up. She doesn't use her looks. She's a very pretty girl, but she doesn't use her looks to sell her music. The notes this woman can hit are unreal. The vocal range is incredible. I'm trying to think of a song. She does a song called Dear Daughter, which is beautiful. And if you have a daughter, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, Nick, if you haven't heard the song Dear Daughter by Halestorm, look that up and I guarantee you'll love it. Or anyone with a Bronco Juggalo, anyone with a young daughter listens to that. It's just such a beautiful song. But there's other songs, and the vocal range is incredible, and she's just so good live. Brilliant, love her. That was number 3. Number 2 I have given to a band that a lot of people aren't that aware of, and this is Juliette Lewis's old band, who as far as I am aware she is back together with. She's been with a few bands. This one is The Licks. That's one of the albums. Juliette Lewis was always a favourite actress of mine. She just always had something, that je ne sais quoi. She had just something that made her special. And I could never put my finger on what it was, but I always adored her. She's beautiful, talented, always loved her. And then she came out in a rock band, and it was like, could this woman get any cooler? And she's awesome. I was lucky enough to catch her supporting The Darkness in Manchester 13 or so years ago. And the only way I can describe it, and my husband would totally agree, and his favourite band are the Rolling Stones, that Juliette Lewis just embodies Mick Jagger. That's who she is on stage. A cross between Mick Jagger and Iggy Pop. She loves the Stooges, so I can kind of get why that's coming across, but so energetic, so ballsy, so cool. She stage dives. Dharma's really disappointed not to be in the general area when she stage dived on top. He's got a bit of a thing about Juliette Lewis. But, oh, she's just awesome. Those albums, she's released a couple albums with that band, and they're just, I'm trying to think what's the standout track on that. I just love so many of them. The other album's actually better than this one, so that's not the best. I think Hot Kiss was the song that was released off this, but my favourite song is on the other album, and I've forgotten what it's called. I'm really helpful. But yeah, Juliette and the Licks. And lastly, and number 1, even though this isn't a band I listen to as much as I would listen to some of those others, it has to go number 1 for female rock bands, and that is Heart. Ann Wilson's voice is just incredible. I've been listening to Heart since I was very, very young. Most of the stuff that I love that they do is much older stuff. My favourite Heart track is Barracuda. The guitar riff in that is just fantastic. I do like most stuff that they've released, to be fair. I have most albums that they have released. And if anyone saw the tribute concert for Led Zeppelin, where they do a cover of Stairway to Heaven, if you haven't seen that, seek out on YouTube Heart cover Stairway to Heaven, and Robert Plant is in the audience. I think he's up on one of the balconies, and he's really moved by the cover, and it is beautiful. It's fantastic. That's a song that you don't want to touch. You know what I mean? Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. What, you know, would you dare? But they dare, and they pull it off. So yeah, Heart have to get my #1 spot. So there we go. That's my top 10 female-fronted bands. Hope you enjoyed. If there's any you think I left out that you like, there are obviously loads like Arch Enemy and heavier, sort of like more heavier metal female singers, but I tend to prefer the slightly lighter end of the spectrum when it comes to female singers. So yeah, let me know what you think. As I said with the last one, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts if you want to do one. I just think it's really nice to hear what makes each other tick. So I will leave that there this evening. And I nearly hiccuped then. And so I will leave it here for this evening. Hope you enjoyed. And something I never ever say on my videos, because I always forget, if you liked, give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I always forget to do that. So it's over night from Lisa Loves.